Normally, of course, the cure for high prices is high prices, because high prices means high profits means no capital. And inevitably, these businesses, then you overbuild once again, and then you destroy profitability, and rates go down, and the profitability goes down. However, for many reasons, the capital coming to build new capacity has all kinds of hesitations to it, whether that's economic, because that is, there's uncertainty in terms of what the future looks like for fossil fuel development. So if I'm going to build a 30-year asset, 25-year asset, and I don't know what's going to happen after the next 5 years, let alone 10 years, 15 years, that's going to mean my rate of return decision is going to be much more complicated, and therefore I'm less likely to make it. In addition, we see, Tidewater itself, just is closing on a transaction the next week or so that we had announced back in March, and we're buying 37 vessels from Solstad. And Solstad is a leveraged company that's been over-levered for 7-8 years. The banks have been stuck in it, have had no exit, and they're selling off a piece of the fleet, which we're buying because we have access to capital. Or even that, the banks lent us a very modest amount of money, even though the money we're coming up with is to pay off the banks. But many of those banks just said, I just don't want in the asset class because I've lost a lot of money. And in addition, it is related to fossil fuels. And so therefore, from a concern about my investors, the community pushing back on me in terms of ESG, I don't have to commit capital to that. So capital continues to be constrained. So that means the normal cycle is at least broken, at least temporarily, and maybe longer term, because there really is uncertainty in terms of what the future is. But there's still plenty of activity, and the need for the intermediate term is clear. The demand for fossil fuels is here, present, right? You've got governments making different decisions at different points. They say, yes, we want to get away from fossil fuels. But of course, the last year at various points, you had the Biden administration and others saying, you got to drill more. We need more of it. So in the short term, the need for fossil fuels is clear and evident, and they deplete. And so therefore, they need to constantly be replaced. And so the intermediate clearly is strong for the business.